Hi, it's Wednesday, and it's been a pretty full week so far. Today I had a team meeting, and we are in the process of discussing what it would be like to actually develop a for-profit element to our work. Something that could essentially become a fundraising arm to support our mission-driven work, but in a way that's a little more sustainable, that doesn't rely on the donor base or doesn't rely on foundations or grants. It sounds really great in theory, and all of this right now is in the very early planning stages. We're working with some volunteers, business personnel in Peru to help to do some market research to find out, one, whether the field is even interested in professional development or training that we might be able to offer, and whether the field would even be willing to pay for it. But in all of this process, in all of this discussion, I'm ever reminded of an Eric Hoffer quote. Eric Hoffer was a social activist and a philosopher. And he once said, "Every great cause begins as a movement, becomes a business, and eventually degenerates into a racket." And I'm really mindful to that. I know that our work is critical. I know our work is important. I know the work of building bridges and continuously seeking ways for collaboration is so powerful. And there's a big gap in organizations doing that in the international movement, in the international world. And we're filling that gap. And I'm proud to say we're doing it quite well. But without money to sustain our efforts, that mission, the mission that drives us to do the work we do, becomes pretty fragile. It gets, in some ways, threatened. The old saying, "No money, no mission," is very true. But every cause begins as a movement, becomes a business, and eventually degenerates into a racket. And I'm mindful to that. And I'm trying to think of ways that we as an organization can move towards sustainability, build mechanisms for supporting the work we do and supporting the people that we're called to serve, and not degenerate into a racket. So while we have this discussion, we're always thinking about who we work with, why we do what we do, how important it is, and how we can be ever planful in any step we take, gathering as much information as possible, analyzing that information, understanding that information from the lens of the mission that calls us to do the work we do, and always being critical to sort of think like, is this the best use of our time? Is this the most important thing that we can be doing at this point? And does it serve the people that we're called to work with? So that's my Wednesday. It's been an interesting day. It's not over yet. But I'm ever reminded, of the learnings in life and the lessons in life. More to come. Thanks.